everyone. Welcome to This Day. It is Friday, September 30th. Our morning meeting we have today is at 10 a.m. and it is the third special board meeting, and it will be in the boardroom as well as virtual. Now, virtually, we have to do something a little different because our Granicus is down today. So take a look at how you want to go ahead and look at it virtually. You're going to want to go to lagunawoodsvillage.com. You're going to click on calendars. Go to all governance boards, then click on corporate members special meeting, September, the date box there, and then you can also open the agenda and copy and paste the link into your browser. That way you can go ahead and follow along virtually by going to our website. All right, let's tell you who's on our show today. Well, today we have Diane Dixon, who is a candidate for California Assembly, and she's got some information about her history, her experience, and what she'd like to see for California in that District 72. Then we have Sports Corner with Cole, and he's got some great information for us about most likely what's happening this weekend with the NFL. Then we have Al Grover and Wendy Hames, who are here on behalf of the Old Pros, and they have a performance that's coming up. They'd like to share information with you about that performance. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at our weather, where our weather is not too warm this week. In fact, we haven't even burned off our fog yet this morning. So let's go ahead and take a look at our weather. 81-64, partly sunny. Tomorrow, 79-64, 79-65, 80-68, and 82-62. If you're traveling, take a look at these numbers. Our local beaches are not going to be too warm. They're only going to be about 71-63. San Diego, 74-64, a little warmer. Santa Barbara, 73-58. If you head to Palm Springs, 98-75. Tahoe, 71-40. Big Bear, 72-40. Mammoth, 71-35. Las Vegas, 95-72, and it's the first weekend of October starting tomorrow. Our sunrise this morning was at 6:45, and our sunset will be at 6:36. All right, when we come back, we will have Diane Dixon, so stay tuned.
The California Attorney General, Ron Bonta, issued a consumer alert on hearing aids sold over the counter or online. Quote, while hearing aids sold online or over the counter may appear to be more cost effective than traditional hearing aids, they may not properly address your particular hearing loss needs, or they may be outright scams. He goes on to say, get checked by a licensed hearing professional and beware of misleading claims. Call Advanced Ear Care today for answers on over-the-counter hearing aids and options. Tell them Stuart sent you.
Welcome to Balbina's Mexican Restaurant. Stop by and experience the most authentic Mexican food in the region. We are serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We have a very extensive Mexican wine list from Valle de Guadalupe and the center of Mexico. Visit us for breakfast and lunch from 8 in the morning to 2 p.m. and for dinner from 5 to 9 p.m. Stop by on Wednesdays and enjoy with half off on all of our wines.
Hi, my name is Rhonda Plains. I'm from Fullerton, California. I absolutely love Dr. V. I am very happy to drive from Fullerton to Laguna Woods. I was having an issue with my vision. There was strobe light going off in my eye. Dr. Vias was able to get me in to see him the next day. Once I met him and he diagnosed the problem with my eye, I felt very comfortable with him, and I'm just really happy that I found him.
During the pandemic, thousands turned to AgeWell for help. Since March of last year, AgeWell has provided Orange County seniors with more than 40,000 grab-and-go lunches, 500,000 home-delivered meals, as well as transportation and case management services. We were there for you then, and we're here for you now. Stay strong. Stay well. Age well. Learn more about our services or how to get involved today at myagewell.org.
Welcome back. Well, we have Diane Dixon here, who is running for California Assembly. Well, welcome. Nice to see you again.
Well, Lisa, it's so great to be back. Thank you. I love coming to Laguna Woods.
Well, you know, it's in a unique place.
I love it.
You know, we've got folks here, they're 55 and over, who are very concerned about lots of things that are going on. And I know you've addressed those items before. But before we get into talking about some of those issues, tell me a little bit about yourself and some of your experience.
I'd be happy to. First of all, thank you for inviting me back. Love to talk to the people of Laguna Woods because they're so concerned about their community and the larger community beyond them. I've been a city council member. I'm in my 8th year at Newport Beach City Council. I've been mayor twice. And I thought that was as far as I was going to go. It followed my 30 years working for a large global corporation. Mm-hmm. So the business experience really informed my thought process. And then I thought when the seat was open on the city council, I would run. And I thought that would be it. Well, as a council person, as a local official, I began to really notice how the changes that are taking place in all of our communities, driven by new laws and mandates coming from Sacramento. Mm-hmm. And I'd say, where's this coming from? These mandates, often unfunded mandates. And I began to see the erosion of local control. Local control is a foundational principle of cities and counties in California, especially, right, since California became a state. Charter cities, general law cities, we control our zoning and our land use and beyond. Anyway, power has gone to Sacramento, and I say I need to go get a little of it back for our cities.
Yeah.
And then now, more contemporarily, we have economic issues. Mm-hmm. We have high taxes in California. We have high inflation.
Right.
Gas taxes that haven't been relieved. Somebody told me this morning that's almost up to $8.
Well, it has changed, or even over the last couple of days.
Yes, and I don't know if a lot of people, voters, realize that $2 of that $8 they pay at the pump is unique to Californians. We pay more for gas in California than any other state.
Right.
We pay more income taxes. We pay more in what anybody does pays for, and the cost of living in California is the highest of any other state. Cost of housing, cost of food, cost of groceries, inflation. We are already high. Yeah. But inflation now at almost 9%,
right,
really affects everyone's pocketbooks.
Right, and you look at our community, and most of us that live here are on a fixed income.
Yeah.
And you know,
they're feeling it.
We may not drive now. We may not go out to dinner anymore, and so that's affecting our local community as well.
Absolutely.
So if you have this position, what are some things that you really want to attack?
Well, the economy, to the extent you can do it in California, but really what affects Californians is business. And people often ask me, what does the Assembly do? I mean, people are focused nationally on Congress, but let me tell you how there's everything that in Sacramento from the legislature, which is the Assembly and the Senate, if you own a business, if a large or small business, if you are an employee or a worker, if you pay taxes, if you have children in education, grandchildren, children, California education is number 47 in 8th grade reading and math. 8th grade, number 47 for all of the billions of dollars that the taxpayers spend on education. The cost of living, we all know, you hear about the cost of housing. All of these high costs are driven by regulations that come from Sacramento. Okay. So if people wonder what happens in the Assembly, why do I want to care? Why am I running? Why should they care? Because everything that's wrong with California, I think it's a beautiful state. We've all lived here for many years, but I call it the list of horribles. Everything's high and out of reach for the average worker, the average family. I'm going to Sacramento to talk about it. Okay. I am a Republican. I am a person who's, with my business background, pragmatic. I will work across the aisle. We have to forge better solutions. No bills that are become laws these days with a one-party legislature. Right. There's no debate.
Yeah.
There's no consensus.
Right.
There's no give and take. It's one way or the highway.
Right.
And we're getting bad laws.
Yeah, and we're trying to do that across the country come November, of course.
Yes.
Now I know you've been a resident of California. Has it been your whole life?
I came to go to high school in almost 55 years ago. So I've been here for 55 years. Yeah.
So I mean, so you know,
Oh,
right?
my
You
gosh.
know what everybody is struggling with, and obviously
Yes.
you can tell that our gas prices. But the one thing I think that's very important to California is people are leaving, which means that they take their money and they take their pocketbooks someplace else, which means those businesses that are here are going to suffer.
Let me tell you, that is absolutely true. And Sacramento is in denial about that, because they will say, even though California has lost a congressional district in the 2020 census because so many people have left,
Right.
I can't tell you how many. I walk precincts, I knock on doors, and this was during the primary, right before the June primary, and someone said, this is very typical, well, when is the election? Well, I don't know if I'll be here. And I said, this is May. I said, well, it's June 8th. Now it's November 8th for the general.
Yeah.
And they said, well, I'll be here. I said, well, where are you going? Franklin, Tennessee.
Yeah.
I can't tell you on that particular day how many people were moving to Franklin, Tennessee.
Yeah.
And they don't know one another. So I am here. I'm committed. My husband and I, my husband of 47 years, are committed to California. And that is what I said a moment ago. I thought I was just going to serve on the city council. I am committed to going to Sacramento, help restore good policy making, help deal with the economic problems, the housing problems, the homeless problems, public safety. So we've done polling. The number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 issues are economy, inflation, economy, inflation, economy. This is all people care about. And a lot of talk about other social related issues. It's the economy.
Right.
And I am going to Sacramento to address the high cost of regulation on our businesses. Our businesses are leaving too. Our jobs are leaving.
And you know, it's just going to be a trickle effect, like you've mentioned. Well, we thank you so much for coming in and telling us all about what.
Well, that
you'll
was
do
fast,
for us.
but that was
It is
good.
very fast. It is. And of course, if anyone wants information, they can always go to your website.
Diane Dixon for Assembly 2022.
Perfect.
Well, I appreciate it, Lisa.
All right, thank you again.
Thank you so much, and thank you, Laguna Woods. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. And as we mentioned, you can always go to DianeDixonForAssembly.com. It'll be all the information that you need. We'll be right back.
We made it to another weekend, and we have plenty of sports to look forward to over the next few days. I'm Cole Young, and welcome back to this week's edition of Sports Corner. Another week of NFL under our belts, and there were some shocking games over the weekend. The biggest matchup was the game between the two undefeated division rivals, the Bills and the Dolphins. The Bills entered this game as the favorites, but the Dolphins' high-powered offense and blitz-heavy defense led them to victory. Many are now considering the Dolphins the best team in the NFL, but only time will tell. I mentioned last week that there were 6 undefeated teams remaining, and over the weekend that list dwindled after the Chiefs, Bills, and Buccaneers all lost in surprising games on Sunday. The Giants are no longer undefeated as well after losing to the Cowboys on Monday night. As the Chiefs, Chargers, and Raiders all came up short, the Broncos snuck in a close victory against the 49ers last Sunday night and are now tied for first place in the AFC West. The Eagles still remain undefeated heading into Sunday, and it could be argued that they are now the best team in the NFL. To start Week 4, the Dolphins' winning streak came to an end after losing to last year's AFC champion Cincinnati Bengals. Now, time to pick my winners. I'm sitting at a perfect 500 right now with 4 wins and 4 losses. Hopefully this week I can put on a better performance and have a winning record. So, here are my picks. The Vikings over the Saints in the early morning London game, the Eagles to beat Jacksonville, the Cardinals over the Panthers, and the Broncos to add another win on the road over the Raiders. Sticking with the NFL, the league made a major announcement on Monday morning when they announced they will no longer continue the Pro Bowl game. A few months ago, I brought this up on this show and mentioned that in recent years, the Pro Bowl has fallen off a bit. The game's never exciting and players always play at half speed or less, rightfully so because no one wants to get injured in a game that means nothing. So the NFL is replacing the actual game with a week full of skill competitions and a flag football game. Hopefully this will add another fun event to watch for years to come. While the NFL is just getting its bearings, the MLB is rapidly approaching its exciting conclusion. Playoffs begin just next week, and there are still some openings in the bracket. 6 out of the 12 playoff teams, the Dodgers, Astros, Mets, Braves, Yankees, and Guardians, have clinched playoff berths, but a whole lot still hangs in the balance with less than 2 weeks remaining in the regular season. In the National League, the Padres, Phillies, and Brewers are fighting it out for the final 2 wildcard spots. In the American League, the Rays, Blue Jays, and Mariners are battling for those last spots as well. This season marks the first season with a 12-team playoff. If you remember, there was a major lockout to start this baseball season, and many fans feared there wouldn't be baseball at all this year. But the players and owners came to an agreement, and one of the bargaining topics was the expansion of the playoffs. 12 teams instead of 10 will now enter the postseason, and that opens up spots for a few teams trying to punch that last-second ticket into the playoffs. Outside of the 4 major sports, F1 is finally back again this weekend with the Singapore Grand Prix. The race will take place this Sunday, bright and early at 5 a.m. 2 drivers still remain on top of the standings, with Max Verstappen of Red Bull holding his ground as the number 1, and Charles Leclerc from Ferrari behind him in second place. No matter what sport you're a fan of, there's plenty to indulge this weekend. Whether it's week 4 of the NFL season, college football, preseason hockey, late season baseball, or even Formula One racing, there's no shortage of sports to enjoy. Come back next Friday for another edition of Sports Corner. I'm Cole Young. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you right back here next time.
Looking for a change of scenery? You don't have to play golf to enjoy all that 19 Restaurant and Lounge has to offer. From a delicious breakfast menu to our delectable lunch and dinner specials. At 19 Restaurant and Lounge, there is something for everyone. Relax with your friends and family and take in the beautiful view from our spacious patio. Or enjoy a cocktail and appetizer in our lounge. 19 Restaurant and Lounge is a great place to socialize, enjoy a meal, or simply take in the view. Join us 7 days a week and experience Laguna Woods' exclusive dining experience.
We have Al Glover and Wendy Hames here from the Old Pros, and they have an October presentation or performance that's going to be happening. Well, welcome both of you.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for
Thank
coming
you.
in, and
Happy to
welcome,
be here.
Wendy. It's
Thank
nice
you.
to have you here.
Happy to be here.
And let's just do like a quick intro of each of you and how long you've been in the village and why you like the Old Pros. Go ahead.
Okay, I've been here about 5 years, but I just got involved in the Old Pros this year, back about June. So I'm the new guy on the block.
So you're the new
Working
guy
Old
in the
Pros,
block, and
yeah.
go figure, they already have him directing, they already have you here on, they just threw him right in, didn't they?
Oh, yeah.
How about you, Wendy?
I have been here 3 years, and I love theater, so I got very keen on participating in the Old Pros, and it's been fun.
Do you love theater in the sense of watching it, or have you been performing all your life?
Yes. No.
The first.
I watch. I do a little bit.
Okay.
Obviously, I'm a little bit involved in this one, but I love to be part of the audience as well.
Okay, excellent. Well, you've got a presentation or performance that's coming up in October, and it's called The Second Lady.
That's
Well,
correct.
tell me a little bit about it.
Well, the Second Lady is basically a political farce. All right, we open in the hotel room of a presidential candidate who is preparing to give his inaugural speech for his campaign that evening.
All right.
The hotel room itself has been transformed into a boiler room, a campaign boiler room, okay? With the couch set up, everything, to watch all the TVs. There's only 3 TVs because we're back in the late 50s, early 60s when politics, a little more genteel, not quite the death match we have today.
Right.
And so things like, the candidate's wife and how attractive she is make a difference. And so as we begin our preparations, we find that our candidate is single at the start. But then we learn about halfway through that he's engaged to be married.
Oh.
And nobody knows this, not the campaign manager, not his assistant, nobody knows this. And then she shows up And that's when the fun really begins, but we're going to stop the description there because we want to give away the rest of it.
Let's take a look at those photos again, because as you were talking, we did show a couple of them. So on the right, would that be the presidential candidate?
That would be our candidate, and that would be the person with him is the hotel social director.
Oh, I see. Well, she's
Okay.
looking kind of cozy.
Well, that's...
She's supposed to.
yeah, she is not the real fiancé. Let's just say that much, all right?
Okay, excellent. And Wendy, you play a character. Tell me about your character.
I'm the campaign manager's assistant.
Okay.
And I'm kind of the legs and the arms behind his work. He has a great vision, and I am the one that kind of makes it happen. So kind of like administrative detail.
But you have lines, and you're in it quite a bit then, right?
Definitely.
Okay.
If he says go do or get, I do, and I kind of help him steer the course. There's needs course corrections a lot.
Yeah.
He's a man of great vision. He just doesn't always see the forest for the trees, so I have to help him get there.
Many of them don't, so I think that's great that you're actually doing a play on it.
Chuck has a tendency to go...
Yeah.
And Wendy, her job is to keep him...
To gather him.
back here.
Yeah.
Right, to make sure it happens.
So you're directing.
Yes.
How did this play come about?
Well, they said, you want to direct the next play? I said, I'll give it a shot. And they said, well, go find a play. And I went out and they gave me some plays to read, and I searched for other plays, and this is the one I came up with.
Oh, it sounds great.
It's as simple as that.
Perfect timing, right? Because we've got our
Right.
our election that's coming up and the midterms, and so I think this is perfect timing because, you know, like you mentioned, our politics today are really harsh, and sometimes you just don't want to watch anymore, and you want to have a chuckle or you want to have something interesting, and this sounds like a nice escape.
Oh, yes, it is. It will be definitely an escape from today's politics.
Well, let's take a look at the information. So it's going to be on a Monday,
Right.
and it's October 10th in Clubhouse 7, and it's an afternoon performance at 3.
3 o'clock.
That's right.
And that's
Okay.
Columbus Day, by the way.
Oh, it is. Okay,
Yes.
excellent. And do they have to purchase tickets?
If you're an Old Pro member, no, but if you're not, then the tickets are $5.
Is that just at the door?
Yes,
Okay,
absolutely,
great.
at
So
the
you
door.
don't have to RSVP
No,
or anything like
no.
that?
No.
All right.
We'll take your
Excellent.
money when you come in.
Well, that's awesome. Well, I appreciate the information. Good luck to you. Break a leg,
Yes,
right,
thank
as they
you.
say.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
we'll see you again next time. Good luck.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. Very good.
And if you want more information about the performance, you can always go to their website, which is ocoldpros.org, or you can email them at ocoldpros@gmail.com. We'll be right back.
Who is RadNet? You've probably heard our name and seen our commercials, but you still might not know who we are. RadNet is the largest provider of outpatient imaging services in the United States, with over 8,000 employees and almost 400 imaging centers in 7 states. Likely, if you have had diagnostic imaging, you have experienced RadNet's high-quality, cost-effective imaging services. With 35 years of expertise, RadNet is leading into the future with advanced technology and the very latest AI technology. We are positioned for the future of healthcare. RadNet, leading radiology forward.
Village Television presents Friday Films, only on Village Television. Fridays at 2 and 6 p.m. Foreign films, dramas, and comedies. Award-winning films, romance and mystery. Independent films. Every Friday, only on Village Television.
When a loved one requires ongoing assistance and attention, home-related care and caregiving become viable alternatives to an existence dependent upon hospitalization. Your Home Care provides thoughtful general care and assistance with the basic necessities of daily living, all within familiar surroundings.
Hello, I'm Kyle Warner, and I would love to talk to you about how we can help with your home care needs. Call me today.
Hi folks, this is Dan O'Weiler with Sterling Financial Advisors. We've been around for a long time, been on ThisDay with Lisa, and just wanted you to know that we're still in business, even through the pandemic. We still have the opportunity to now meet with people individually in person, and we'd like to invite you to give us a call if it would make some sense, if you're doing some planning for retirement. please give us a call. We'll be happy to meet with you. Thanks so much.
Our Friday movie today is going to be an oldie but a goodie. It's All the Heaven Allows with Jane Wyman and Rock Hudson. You can see that at 2 p.m. with subtitles, 6 p.m. without, and that is brought to you by City of Hope. All right, let's go ahead and tell you about a couple of other announcements. Of course, the Pacific Air Show is this weekend. We got a chance to get a preview of that yesterday, and so we'll have that coverage for you later next week and show you some of the airplanes and all the great performances that they have. However, if you get a chance to get out there, go today through Sunday, and if you want more information, pacificairshow.com. And the Health and Wellness Expo is on Saturday, October 1st. That's tomorrow. That will be from 10 in the morning until 2 p.m., and that'll be in Clubhouse 5. And if you want more information on that, recreation@vmsinc.org. Now, October will bring many Oktoberfests, so I thought I would tell you about one that we know about that's happening at St. Nicholas Church, their parish right here in the community. That'll be on Saturday, October 8th from 1 to 8 p.m., so you can get in touch with them, and they'll tell you all about it. All right, let's take a look at our weather. Not too warm, but it's going to be pleasant for the next few days until next week. So take a look at these numbers. We are looking at 81.64 today, 79.64, 79.65, 80.68, and 82.62. If you're traveling, 71.63, 74.64, 73.58, Palm Springs 98.75, Tahoe 71, Big Bear 72, Mammoth 71, and Las Vegas 95. Have a great rest of your day on Friday, and we'll see you again tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Bye-bye.
Looking for a change of scenery? You don't have to play golf to enjoy all that 19 Restaurant and Lounge has to offer. From a delicious breakfast menu to our delectable lunch and dinner specials. At 19 Restaurant and Lounge, there is something for everyone. Relax with your friends and family and take in the beautiful view from our spacious patio. Or enjoy a cocktail and appetizer in our lounge. 19 Restaurant and Lounge is a great place to socialize, enjoy a meal, or simply take in the view. Join us 7 days a week and experience Laguna Woods' exclusive dining experience.
Did you hear the big news? The FDA announced the over-the-counter hearing aid program. It's been 6 years in the making. And what does that mean to you if you wear hearing aids or if you're thinking about wearing hearing aids for the first time? Most people are asking themselves, what is an over-the-counter hearing aid? Would it work for me? Where do I get them to try? How much do they cost? For over 40 years, Advanced Ear Care has been helping answer questions just like this. Call us today and find out more. And remember, tell them Stuart sent you.
I would like my patient to have a very positive experience. One that they feel comfortable, they feel it's a safe environment. For me, I feel a personal relationship is the most important, more than the actual dentistry itself. I can earn their trust and they can feel comfortable, and it allows me to do my job the best. And that means a lot to me.